Alright. Anyhow, yeah, I'm just gonna do a video. I went to work early this morning, so I got off early. Anyways. So I'm kind of like thinking more about the voting versus non-voting. I mean, I don't know, dude. So I'll just kind of shoot the shit on some stuff for whatever reason. Because because this is for entertainment purposes only. So yeah. So anything and everything I say could be wrong, of course. Again, this is for entertainment purposes only. Do your own research, right? So I thought of this kind of like, I had this flash into the future of a revolutionary leader, yeah. This revolutionary leader emerges in the future, and he's telling everybody, stop voting, you know. And this revolutionary leader, like, all these people start looking to this guy like, wow, this guy is so fucking smart. He knows that all the politics, it's all rigged, and that voting is all rigged. And he's like totally in the know. And so it sweeps the nation, and everybody starts looking to this leader figure who's going out and saying, you know, all voting is fake. And you know, the revolutionary thing to do is stop voting. Everybody just stop voting, right? And all these people, they all fucking like 80% of the country just is totally so blown away by this guy. And so like 80% of the country just stops voting. And instead they're all looking to this other guy. So you see, what happens in this scenario is then the pendulum swings. So then all the fringe conspiracy people, they're saying that guy has got everybody fooled. It's all just theater. It's all staged theater. And this revolutionary guy that 80% of America is all looking to, who's telling them that politics are all rigged and everyone needs to stop voting, it's all just a fake and staged event put on by the shadow government, you know. And he's just got, this guy has got everybody fooled, you know. I mean, what's the difference between that and a presidential election? I don't see the difference, you know. Say it's Richie from Boston is the guy. And everybody, and like 80% of the country just starts looking to Richie from Boston and is like, wow, Richie from Boston is right. It's all rigged. The game, the political theater is all rigged. It's just theater. And then 80% of the country just literally does stop voting because Richie from Boston told them to. And everybody's looking to Richie from Boston. And then Richie from Boston starts to get where, you know, like a Trump phenomenon with Richie from Boston. Only it's totally not politics. You know, the pendulum swung from politics to now everything is apolitical. You know, like everyone is woken up to the apolitical, and nobody's voting now, you know. And all the people that aren't voting, they're all looking to that revolutionary guy who woke them up to the truth that it's all fake. And like, how is that any different? They're voting for that revolutionary guy who's telling them that to stop voting because all politics is all theater. Like, I guarantee you, all the fringe conspiracy theorists, they're all going to start swinging the other way and saying, this guy that has got everybody fooled, this guy who is, everybody thinks they all have woken up because this guy has convinced them that politics is all fake. You know, he's an agent. It's all a conspiracy, you know. all the fringe conspiracy theorists will all start saying, well, that guy, he's a plant. So it never ends. It never ends. So who's the great leader that's going to convince the United States of America to stop voting? Who is this great leader going to be that everybody's going to look to and have their minds open to the truth that all politics is fake, right? Who is this leader going to be that everybody looks to like, oh my gosh, we're not going to vote because this revolutionary leader guy, he explained it all to us and opened our eyes to the truth, this revolutionary guy. How is that any different than all these people that voted for Trump or all those people that supposedly voted for Biden back in 2020? Instead, the pendulum just swings to the total opposite. Well, now they're all not voting because they're following some leader who told them to stop voting because voting is fake. Well, but by not voting is voting. Them stopping voting is their vote for the new leader, the guy that everybody's looking. Or so it's not going to be that. It's going to be a leaderless movement. Is that what it's going to be? A leaderless movement. See, this is what I'm saying, man. I mean, dude, like, so younger generations, like millennials, they didn't see the so-called leaderless movement of Occupy. Remember Occupy? How many of anybody remembers Occupy? Were any of you even there at Occupy? I was there at Occupy. I participated in Occupy. I was right in the heart of it. And guess what? Occupy was a fake bullshit. It was all fake staged theater. That's what it was. That's what Occupy was. But it was under the guise of a leaderless movement. It's the same thing. It's all two wings of the same bird. They said the same thing. It's all two wings of the same bird. We're a leaderless movement. Join us. It's Occupy. See, this is the thing. Millennials don't know any of this. And younger generations, including like my generation, the majority of people in my generation didn't participate in Occupy. Why not? It was a leaderless movement where the whole thing was about it's two wings of the same bird and it's all rigged. The whole political thing is all rigged, staged theater. That's what Occupy was all about. All of that, dude. It was the same thing. I've already seen that type of thing happen. It's already been and gone. And it was all fake and staged and theater. That's what it was. So when the next Occupy comes, it's just like the claim of Bluebeam. You know, Bluebeam's gonna stage a fake alien invasion. Well, Bluebeam's gonna stage a fake leaderless movement. You know, a leaderless movement where everybody stops voting because it's a leaderless movement. Dude, have you ever seen the way a leaderless movement functions? It's run by leaders, dude. All these people start assuming leadership roles while they proclaim with a loud voice how it's all a leaderless movement and there is no leader. See, this is the thing. I've already seen this. See, millennials haven't. And so they're gonna pull the same thing that they did before with Occupy. They're going to do the same thing. It's going to be a big leaderless movement because it's all two wings of the same bird. So we're standing up just like Occupy. We're going to make this leaderless movement. And it's going to be full of a bunch of fucking leaders, dude. And it's just going to fall apart like it always has. The main reason is because it's all fake. It's all staged. It's all theater. It's just the so-called apolitical movement. Dude, think about it. Say there's a big giant apolitical movement where stop voting and dude, that movement is going to be run by leaders. There's going to be some guy like me, you know, with red sunglasses, and I'm going to be saying, hey, voting is fake. Stop voting. And then all these hordes of people, just like in Occupy, are going to be like, yeah, that's right. Voting is fake. Voting is fake. Yeah, and there'll be some guy up at the podium, the leader of the leaderless movement, up at the podium, and everybody's going to be cheering him. Yeah, yeah. It's the same thing as Trump. It's the same thing as here's Trump, and everybody's like, yeah, Trump, yeah. You can call him Frump. Call him Frump of the leader. Frump is the leader of the leaderless movement. He even says he's not a leader, so you don't have to worry. And everybody's going to be like, yeah, Frump is Frump. And Frump is going to be telling everybody how voting is fake and you need to stop voting. And everybody's going to follow it and be like, yeah, Frump. Frump is the shit. It's the Frump movement. Everybody stop voting. Listen to Frump. Yeah, Frump. It's the exact identical thing. This is what I mean when I'm saying like vote, don't vote. It doesn't matter either way. You know? Soon enough, again, all these young people, they never saw Occupy. And the majority of people in my generation never saw Occupy. I did. I was right in the heart of it. And that's all it was. It was a fake leaderless movement run by self-appointed leaders who went out and said, we're starting this leaderless movement. It's a leaderless movement, and they were leading it. And it was all theater, dude. They were all hired, and it was all put on by fucking politicians and shadow government and everything else. That's all it is. So it doesn't matter. It's like the pendulum swinging from one extreme to another. It's Trump. Now it's Trump. Everything is Trump. Well, then when the leaderless movement comes, the guy, we'll just call him Frump, and everybody's going to be flocking to Frump and the leaderless movement. Hey, everybody, Frump is speaking at the leaderless movement again today. And everybody's going to be like, yeah, Frump. It's always the same. And this is what I mean, like when I brought up Gnosticism, and just like Gnostics rejected all of it. It was like, that's just another part of the whole fucking systematization of everything. The systematization, it's all fake. Not just the 2024 election. It's all fake, dude. It's all fucking fake. So so again, this is why, like, when I just like I've seen so much of this bullshit, dude, of like, it's two wings of the same bird, stop voting. And I'm telling you, it doesn't matter either way. It doesn't. There's just like Occupy back in 2012 or whatever, that none of these young people ever saw. But then they think they know it all, and they're parroting the same thing. It's two wings of the same bird and all this shit. That's what Occupy was saying, dude. It was all fucking fake. It was all fake. It was all an experiment, like a litmus test, just to see, will people fall for this? If we put out this fake leaderless movement with a bunch of self-appointed leaders, will people follow it? And guess what? They did follow it. Occupy. All these hordes and masses of people followed this fake leaderless movement, full of a bunch of self-appointed leaders claiming that they're not leaders, even though they said they're not leaders, and they said that it was a leaderless movement, but their actions were totally different than their words. It's the same thing. It's the same fucking thing. Yeah, and the Gnosticism. Not that I'm preaching Gnosticism or trying to convince anything of it. There's all different kinds of philosophies and stuff like this that are very similar. But that one is just a good one, a good reference point. That the Gnostics was like, they would reject that. They would reject a Gnostic movement. They'd be like, fuck this. Like, it's all bullshit. So anyways, whatever, man. Just rambling. Just something to do, something to talk about,